Saint, my final question for you is, what three specific tips you can give to job seekers in order to elevate their job search, besides what we talked about in the previous videos?
Okay, so first things first is try not to cut and paste your CV. Now, the difficulty there is if you're applying for roles online, a lot of companies will use an ATS system, an applicant tracking system, and therefore they will kind of pull through all the buzzwords that hiring manager is looking for. So there's a difficulty in terms of keeping your CV open and talking about key achievements versus making sure it's good for an ATS system. So I'd always have two CVs ready to go. But the second tip is really making sure that if you're applying for jobs, certainly on LinkedIn, maybe just take the time to, if, for example, I know Mher is hiring for his firm, of course I'll apply, but I'll also go into Mher's profile, look at any post that he's put out, and again, engage with him via a like, a comment, or a share. Yeah. So subconsciously, what Mher sees is me not only applying for a role, but he also sees I'm engaging with him and also engaging with the business. So again, have a target list of companies that you want to approach and make sure that you're doing a little bit more than just sending your profile over to them. Also, tip number 2 is making sure, as much as you can, put a profile together, put a small covering letter together, and don't talk about your overall experience. Talk about what you can do for them as a business. So again, a little bit of more work around, I understand that this is the dynamics of the business. You're an innovative tech firm. This is what I've done in the past. And by tailoring it very slightly, most of the body is going to be the same, but tailoring it very slightly, it will make a slight difference to the hiring manager reading that, rather than my name's saying, I've got this amount of experience, me. No, what I can do for you as a client that I want to work with. And third and final tip, as a job seeker, because of the current climate we're in now, is as much as you can, please try to smile through the adversity. The resilience that a lot of people are trying to build up is great, but we also know that there's a downward spiral as well, especially when we're applying to, in some senses, hundreds of applications a week and getting nothing in return. So there's an element of, yes, we need to find work, but also an element of making sure that you're not just sending your CV to anything out there, because when we don't get, as humans, when we don't get a response, like a zero response, it's going to bring us down. We need a little bit of certainty in our lives. And when we're just spraying our profiles and getting nothing in return, that's not going to help us long term. Now, I'm not going to say that suddenly if you only send out 15 well-crafted covering letters, you're going to get an interview. However, because you've crafted it for that particular position, and it's going to take a little bit more time, the likelihood is you're going to stand out slightly more because you've taken that time when applying for that role.